This young man is ready to get cleaned up today, and it's a pleasure to bring you along this tutorial, guys. My name is Tito, and I make well over 6 figures in the barber industry, but it took me some time. I've had my license since 2018, and I never really locked in with being efficient and having an easy to follow haircutting system that I can apply to every single type of hair texture, every haircut. That's what I'm going to show you guys today. I want to help you accelerate your career and get the results that I'm getting now sooner. So hopefully you don't have to be cutting hair for 5, 6, 7 years before you actually get good. So the way that I like to start off my fades is starting with the clipper all the way closed. That's gem number 1. If you go in with the trimmer, so many of us have done it for so many years, going in with the trimmer for the bald line. But the problem is that if I put in a harsh line with the trimmer, remember this trimmer is set to put in harsh front lines, your vertical bars, your C-cups. That's such a hard line, and if I put a hard line in now, it's going to be hard to take out later. So that's gem number 1, is start with the clipper all the way closed. Now gem number 2 is once you finish up here with the clipper all the way closed, open that lever and give yourself more than enough space. Be very generous with this next line that you put in. I like to make it at the very least a finger's width because I need to give myself space for the gradients. So take your time, get these first 2 steps done. I'll get with you guys here in a moment for the next one. Let's watch this come together. Now we're only gonna have to use 2 guards with this fading system, guys. I'm starting with my number 2, and I'm gonna take this thing right up the side of his scalp. Now I'm not gonna really mess with the 2 open very much. I may play with the lever a little bit, but when you have tight curls like this, very tight, very coarse hair like this, it's a lot easier to kind of snag and give your client an uncomfortable experience when you have the lever open, especially with a longer guard like this. So I'm gonna worry about debulking mainly with the clipper closed. Now, I'm not trying to make a huge impact on his hair. No, I'm really just smoothing out I'm laying out the land that I'm going to be fading into. So if I have pressure at the bottom and I work my way up and off the scalp, it's gonna help, number 1, remove unnecessary bulk that I need to be fading out anyway. And number 2, it's gonna help me redefine the shape, you know, of his whole, the whole perimeter. You know, so clear out that bulk with the number 2, and then we'll get into our next step. Now here's the next part. After we're done with the number 2 guard, now we can skip to the number 1 guard. I'm not even gonna really have to use the 1.5, or spoiler alert, I'm not even gonna really use the half guard on this haircut. The way that Tomb 45 developed this guard and this clipper, it really helps you kind of skip guards. Sometimes, some people have said that it's like a little learning curve when you start to use these guards, but I am past the learning curve, and these things are great. They really help me stay efficient and stay on time. What I'm gonna be doing is starting with the number 1 guard open, because a big 1 is gonna match pretty closely to a small 2. So we'll start with the 1 open, and then after I clear out what I need to with the 1 open, then I can do some further detailing with the 1 closed. And you can see, look at how closely it is to the half line that we put in, you know what I mean? So it's a pretty simple system to follow. I like to keep things very easy around here. I don't like being stressed out in the barbershop. It just makes it an unpleasant thing to do. Simple systems, guys. So rock with this 1 open and then follow it up with the 1 closed. Now, obviously we're not done, but man, you can see it's starting to come together, and all we've used is the 2 guard and the 1 guard. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool watching this come together. You need to now break through that very bottom line that we set in. So remember, we punched in that first line with the clipper all the way closed. Now, break through that line with the clipper closed. And you can't be afraid to raise this fade. It's 100% true. You are going to raise the fade. That was a big fear of mine that I had early on. Like, oh no, I'm going to take this bald line too high, and he's got a high fade now. He don't got a mid fade or a low fade. Dude, it's okay. Like, when you are, yes, you are going to raise the fade. Clipper closed. But guess what? Every time that you raise the fade another level up, you're going to be increasing the length on the lever. So I'm gonna pick up the fade a little bit with the clipper closed, and I'm gonna go up another level, but my notch is 1 level bigger on the lever. I'm gonna pick it up another level, but I'm also opening another notch, and I'll pick it up another level, and until, you know, it all blends together and you're all the way open with the clipper. And look at how well it's blending into the 1. So mentally accepting in your brain, yes, I am gonna be raising the fade, but I have a plan, so I have nothing to worry about. And you're going to be able to watch now it happen again in this back section and on the other side. I hope that this is all coming together and making sense for you, but hearing the explanation and visualizing it, you know, learning with your eyes and your ears at the same time, it's powerful stuff. So let's watch this come together.
Barbers, are you sick and tired of dimming your phone screen every time you pull up your bank account because of the shame of how low the balance is? With the 6-Figure Barber mentorship, we help you find and fix the weak points between our easy to follow modules and our over 20 live stream calls per month from Chris Basio and his coaching team. We're gonna help you build your clientele to beyond 6 figures and scale so you can start to buy your time back. And the best thing about this, you're gonna see results month 1 with our 30-day challenge. There's no better way to motivate you than to get you quick wins. The link is gonna be in the description. I'll see you guys soon.
It's pretty cool how it was able to blend together, right? You know, we did all that so far with no guard at all, and now, you know, his hair texture is it's a rough hair texture, right? It's not the easiest to blend. So I am gonna come back now to my 1 guard, and I'm gonna be smoothing out that transition that I had right there in that middle ground, that middle area. I'll be picking up any hairs that I may have missed in the beginning, or picking up any hairs that no guard wasn't able to pick up, right? So we're just doing a little bit of cleanup work here. This is our detailing phase to get the blend right before we jump into the lineup. But I'm keeping in mind the gradients. I'm keeping in mind I don't want to cut up into his curls. I don't want to ruin the shape of his haircut. So yeah, we're just doing a little bit of detailing here. I love how that all came out, man. The clipper, the guards even by themselves, and this trimmer that we're using right now are all gonna be in the tagged products below. So you can get yourself a pair, man. I'm so happy with how they came out. And let me know if any of you guys do purchase through the tagged products below. I wanna give you a special shout out. So please give me a comment down below indicating if you did so. We're starting off here with on the lineup with the curve, right? The sideburn curve, the C cup, and the vertical bar. I like to define this corner first. I remember there was a time when I would start with the lineup just on the forehead, right? If I would start in the middle and then start working my way out, sometimes I would work my way too far into the hairline. Now you can see like my client does have like, the hair can be a little bit sparse naturally on his edge up. This is the kind of hair that I used to mess up on, where I would take that front hairline and I would go way too deep. And by the time I realized it, I'm like, oh man, I went too far. I didn't have a choice but to push him back at that point. You know what I'm saying? That was early on in my career. So that's one of the gems I want you to take away from this video is if you take care of your vertical bar and your C cup first, it can stop you from pushing back your hair, your clients unnecessarily. I mean, because by the time you take that front line way too far to the left, it's just too late at that point, man. You're cooked. So work on these C cups, this vertical bar, and then we're gonna hit the front line up. Now we're here going to the front lineup. I've already set my borders. My vertical bars are set in there, so I know I'm not gonna be going too far to the left or too far to the right with his hairline. But my best way to do this, guys, is start in the middle. I wanna find a strong point that I'm gonna be able to keep consistent all the way across. I make my incision in the middle and I work my way to my first selected corner. Then I'm gonna return to the middle and work my way to the other side. And instead of me starting from the left corner and going all the way to the right corner in one continuous motion, it's so easy to get the hairline leaning and being extra crooked that way. Personally, if I start in the middle and I do take care of one side and then I take care of the other side, I'm breaking up one big difficult job into two smaller, easier jobs. And then you can keep referencing the mirror, go back and forth, make sure that everything's coming together how you need to. It's not gonna come out perfect. You see how I'm standing in front of him and kind of like changing my angle? It's never gonna come out perfect on the first time, at least not for me. Let me know if you guys get it perfect every time on the first try. But that's why we have mirrors. That's why we have different perspectives. We can keep going back and forth and checking and making sure everything is coming out to the best of our ability. And that's the best I can offer, man, is the best I can do. So I'm really satisfied with how the lineup is coming out so far, and here is this next part you guys are gonna see is why it was so important for us to start with a fade with the clipper closed in the beginning today, man. You guys are gonna see that we're gonna use this trimmer now, and it's gonna blend out the bottom so easily. Now, if I would have put this bald line in, it would have been like with the trimmer, if I would have put the bald line in, it would have been a lot more effort for me to take it out right now. But since the trimmer is just a little bit shorter than the clipper closed, assuming you've properly maintained and adjusted your tools, this is gonna blend out so perfectly. It's a cheat code, 100% a cheat code. And I'm sorry also that the comment, so this haircut was recorded during a live stream. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I go live as often as possible, man. If my client is comfortable being on camera, I'm gonna turn on the camera and live stream. Now that I have a little extra time, I'm coming back to previous live streams and narrating so you guys can learn from them. But that's why his comment is there. But I agree with Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. If you guys have not hit the like button already, please do so. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Both of those help out the channel tremendously, and it just helps these gems spread to the rest of the barber community. Whoever needs them, I'm here for you, man. So look at how easily that blended out. I'm really happy with how this came out, man. Returning back to that one guard, now you can do a little more detail work, right? And kind of hit all that middle gradients area. With the grain, against the grain, do whatever it needs to do. Do whatever you need to do to get the hair to look how you want. Oh, we're gonna make the enhancement haters mad now. Listen, we're gonna take out the Tomb 45 XL compressor, and we're gonna take the Tomb 45 Sean Cuts hair collaboration, the clutch card, and this is what I'm gonna be using as my stencil while I use the no drip color enhancement on my client's edge. Now, he has naturally light spots that we're working on growing out, but that's why it's so important for me not to push him back, just to make the hairline a little sharper. The biggest criticism people have with color enhancements is, oh, it's not natural, it's not gonna last forever. You know, if you want something to last forever, you gotta go get it tattooed. And here's the other thing too, this razor sharp line that you guys are looking at, that's not gonna last forever either. With or without enhancements, hair grows back. So by the time that the hairline, or I'm sorry, by the time that the actual like hair, the hairline is starting to grow back, at that same time the enhancement is also slowly gonna fade away. And the reason why it's so important to use a color like no drip is because, especially if your client doesn't have, you haven't done patch tests or anything like that yet, a lot of these hair dyes and enhancements on the market right now have a lot of harmful chemicals, but this is the only one that is legally designed to stain the skin. The other ones are dyes that just so happen to stain the skin. And I've had clients before that, you know, I used to think Kiss Express was something that was a 100% safe product to use, but I had a client that did get allergic reactions to that too. His skin got so itchy and so red. So no drip is a very safe start. If you've never enhanced a client before, this is the product to use, and it is going to be tagged in the description below. And you can move on to other dyes and stuff like that just for men, you know, those types of products after you've already done patch tests. But it's pretty cool how this came out, right? We're just gonna hit him with the sponge and yeah, pretty much at that point get him ready to go. So I appreciate you guys sticking around with this tutorial, man. Let's go ahead and ride this thing out to the end. So now that we've already styled the hair, we curled it up, and we're gonna go ahead and dust off the rest of these little hairs off of him. We wanna make sure that he's not uncomfortable after getting this haircut done, obviously. But yeah, man, we're just gonna clean him up and get him ready to go get on his way. But let me know what you guys think below, man. Is this a haircut that you struggled with before? Number two, can you relate to the fear of raising the fade too high? Has that been a concern of yours? And number three, let me know if this is a video that has helped you overcome that fear, or at least give you the confidence to take a step towards, you know, feeling better and more confident in doing those types of haircuts, man, and fading efficiently and just getting the job done correctly, man. Listen, I appreciate every single one of you guys subscribing and watching. Please let me know what you want to see. Leave comments down below and I will do my best to deliver all of that. Like I said in my ad read, if you need help growing your business to and through that six-figure mark, click that link below. I'll see you guys soon in the next video.